There's something magical about nostalgia, isn't there? A taste, a smell, a sound. It can transport us back to a time when life felt simpler, sweeter, and filled with unforgettable moments. For millions of Indians, one such memory bubbled up with the fizz of a cola drink that once dominated the market, Campa Cola. If you grew up in the 70s or 80s, chances are good you remember it. Bright orange cans and glass bottles, advertisements filled with upbeat jingles, and gatherings where Campa Cola was practically a household staple. But somewhere along the way, it disappeared, swept aside by the tidal wave of global brands that came flooding into the Indian market. Now, decades later, Reliance Consumer Products, part of Mukesh Ambani's sprawling empire, has decided it's time for India to reclaim that slice of history. Yes, Campa Cola is back, and the timing couldn't be more perfect. But why Campa Cola? What made its revival such a bold move? Well, Reliance has a knack for identifying moments when sentiment meets opportunity. The soft drink market in India is worth billions, and while brands like Coca-Cola and Pepsi dominate the shelves, there's growing demand for homegrown names, products that feel connected to cultural identity. India craves something refreshing, not just in taste, but in spirit, and for Reliance, Campa Cola was the perfect answer. When they announced its relaunch earlier this year, people were curious. Would it live up to the legacy? Would it stand a chance against the global giants? For Mukesh Ambani, this wasn't just about nostalgia, it was strategy. With its affordability and an appeal rooted in Indian heritage, Campa Cola had the potential to disrupt the market. Reliance introduced its India-based cola across convenience stores and promised flavors that would recapture hearts and memories alike. The branding kept it simple yet deliberate, vibrant packaging, messages proudly aligned with its great Indian taste, and a marketing campaign tapping into communities and their connection to the past. Social media buzzed with posts of people reminiscing about their childhood, sharing old photos, and discovering the drink all over again. It wasn't just a beverage, it was an emotion. But Reliance didn't stop at sentiment. They knew that competing with the giants meant scaling up fast. Leveraging their widespread network across Reliance Fresh and Reliance Smart stores, they ensured that Campa Cola was easy to access, both in urban hubs and India's heartland. The homegrown narrative and competitive pricing made it instantly appealing to value-driven consumers. The response? Eager, excited, and perhaps most importantly, loyal. Indian consumers wanted to see Campa Cola succeed, almost as if rooting for the underdog. And as sales began trickling in, followed by an impressive surge, it became clear that Reliance's decision wasn't just a gamble. It was a calculated reminder that global might doesn't always outshine local pride. And so, Campa Cola isn't just back, it's making waves. As people unscrew the caps and pour those refreshing fizzy drinks into their glasses, they're not just sipping cola, they're reliving moments, celebrating roots, and reclaiming a taste of home. Whether you call it smart business or a sentimental revival, one thing's undeniable. Reliance's entry into the cola wars has given India something to cheer about. For Campa Cola fans, this is more than a comeback. It's a celebration, fizzing with promise.